Welcome back to the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. In today's aviation recap, we have airlines gearing up for the arrival of the Airbus A321XLR, Qantas making adjustments to its flying towards the United States, and Air New Zealand plotting an expansion. Why not begin with Wizz Air, who are gearing up for the launch of Airbus A321XLR flights by announcing the first route the new narrow-body aircraft will feature on. The budget European carrier says flights between Milan and Abu Dhabi will be operated by the A321XLR from June 2, 2025, allowing the airline to flex the type's capabilities. This date has to be subject to change, just given the complexities with actually getting aircraft on time in the last few years, but tentatively, this is when they're forecasting commencement. The A321XLR burst onto the scene in 2019, you may recall, with an announcement that would see hundreds of orders within the first week for the new endeavour from Airbus. The XLR's range capabilities have become super attractive, with the type capable of taking the place of some wide bodies when it comes to distance flown. While it can't replicate similar in terms of capacity, it certainly gives airlines a lot more opportunity and bang for their buck by reaching more niche markets, and to also replace some of those middle-of-the-market airliners that you'd argue don't have a perfect direct replacement. Wizz Air believes the XLR's arrival aligns with their own ambitions to expand their reach, and this focuses on Italy at this stage. It actually follows Lufthansa Group's investments in ITA Airways to try and grow their market share in the country as well. So suffice to say, it is a market that is really heating up and will be thoroughly interesting to follow in the next few years. The low-cost unit, though, believes the XLR is optimally positioned to enhance flying across a 7 to 8 hour mission, which will mean that new markets will not just be enhanced with the aircraft on offer, but also it gives them fresh opportunities to fly to new locations that they haven't already flown to, without the need for, say, a wide-body aircraft and the complexities that may come from that. Yes, I'm talking crew training, and even from the standpoint of quicker turnaround times on the smaller aircraft. Furthermore, Wizz Air is truly committed to unlocking affordable airfares for its customer base, allowing them to visit key locations in their network easier. 47 XLR jets are expected to be delivered, with the expectation that the first batch will consist of 8 units and will arrive in due course, allowing for a rapid introduction across new and existing markets, and also allowing the airline to familiarize itself with this new plane. Now, it's no stranger to the A320 family on a whole, but it will certainly be exciting to see how they fare with the addition of the XLR. The delivery of the first XLR has really been aided thanks to the certification that we recently saw. That has come a year later than expected, and that delayed certification I speak of comes after concerns were raised about the positioning of that additional fuel tank, which obviously makes the range possible and the potential fire risk. As a result, regulators alongside the plane maker of Airbus had to work through prospective difficulties, with possible range reductions being discussed as well. But a prospective fix could have also included the reinforcement of the area surrounding the tank. The pair, though, were able to move ahead, and now we have the aircraft approved and readying to enter service as more airlines gear up for the arrival, from Iberia to Aer Lingus, Qantas, and now Wizz Air. On to the next story, and this is a little bit of a shorter one, but Qantas has announced that starting in 2025, it will be adjusting its flights towards Hawaii, with capacity set to increase by over 40 seats on a yearly basis. So, from April 30th of 2025, Qantas says it will conclude flights between Melbourne and Honolulu. With a catch. Currently, Jetstar serves the route, but from May 1 of next year, the Qantas mainline aircraft will begin serving the same location, with thrice weekly flights to be operated by the A330-200. In its current state, Jetstar serves the market twice weekly and uses its Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner between the two locations. but Qantas says that by shifting the Dreamliner away from this market, it will allow the broader group to redeploy the aircraft to markets that may require that additional capacity. As we see more and more aircraft delivered across the Qantas group in a very quick manner, a great deal of emphasis has been placed on utilizing the available assets in the most logical manner. By adopting this strategy, Qantas Group in recent months has looked to redeploy aircraft, adjust routes, and launch new flights into markets that could give either the mainline or low-cost brands greater exposure. It really is a major overhaul of everything we've come to know about this business. Qantas says it's thrilled it'll begin flying its mainline aircraft between Melbourne and Honolulu, and thus adding another tropical destination for Melbourne customers. However, with Jetstar removed from the location and for the moment a sale, what I personally feel to be very fascinating is how the switch actually will affect the price point for travel between the two destinations, as the low-cost unit is removed. While Jetstar has certainly had its issues with regards to reliability and relevant flight cancellations, at its very core, it has looked at offering affordable airfares on an international and domestic scale as best as possible. Obviously, the flights are never going to be, say, $2, but comparatively speaking, compared to competitors, they have been at a pretty attractive price point. So by introducing the mainline airline between these two locations, I just feel it'll be fascinating to track those prices and see how they do fare in comparison. Over to the final story, Air New Zealand has unveiled it'll begin seasonal service to Seoul Incheon from Auckland using the Dreamliner, with service resumption on the 28th of October. With 40,000 seats to operate across the period, the flight will be operational. Those flights to end on the 29th of March next year. 130 services will be operated between the two countries, in what can only be described as a vote of confidence to the Asian market that will now have enhanced connectivity to and from New Zealand. The flag carrier of New Zealand has said that Korea has always been a very important market for it, but not always, say, the most logical to return to with their current capabilities. 70,000 arrivals, for example, came from Korea across the year ending June 2024, and this made it the 6th largest visitor market for New Zealand. So the recommencement of flying, even if it is on a seasonal basis, will be hugely important. And obviously, with Air New Zealand eventually hoping to take on more aircraft and grow its fleet, if this route continues to perform well, and it has the assets available, it may very well look to make this year-round. In the 5-month period, we'll see thrice weekly flights depart for Seoul, and while passenger flying is obviously at the forefront of importance, the airline does also note that cargo operations will be prioritized, and this will be aided thanks to 2,000 tons that were carried in the same period last year. Now, this could range from fresh produce to many other avenues, so the expectation is that cargo loads will remain very much similar, if not even better, across the upcoming 5-month period that the flight is operational. Air New Zealand has faced a lot of heightened competition across key markets in recent years, and as I've discussed here on the channel, has struggled to a certain extent in different markets. So to see moves such as these being announced, it's incredibly encouraging and obviously a positive after so much negativity surrounding the national company. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you very much for your support. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you same place, same time tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.